Hi everyone and welcome back to LL Sports TV. Just a little post-mortem of the game we've just witnessed. Arsenal dropping points at Brighton, very disappointing performance, especially when you consider that a few days ago I was down in Wales with family watching Arsenal smoke Brentford at home, eulogising about the performance and saying, yeah man, going into 2025 everything's back on. And now today we go to Brighton and I've got to say man, I was disappointed. Yeah. Especially after we went a goal up. But Kwame,
yes, my man.
Introduce yourself
Thank
to
you.
the people
Yes,
and
name's
let them know
Kwame.
what you thought about the game.
Yeah. I mean, thanks again for having me.
No worries, pleasure.
It's just one of those things where, it's a disappointing day. You know, I feel for the fans that had to travel all the way to Brighton.
Oh man,
the long journey home is going to be a problem, but I think they'll be more upset with the performance, just like I was. I know before the game I was kind of saying, look, it's about the result. Don't worry about how we get the result. You know, it's not about the performance. Just get the result.
Yeah, the result.
But
we didn't get neither.
And the result.
We didn't get the result.
It was
because
awful.
Dropping 2 points today is it felt like a loss.
Yeah, 100% as a loss. I mean, you're looking at our opponents with Liverpool. They're flying high. They don't seem like they're going to drop any points. They probably looked at that game and they're smiling. They're going to sleep very well tonight because they're like, thanks, Arsenal, you've done us. We thought you was going to go all the way with us.
Yeah, exactly, man. But let's take it from the top. I mean, and the reason why I'm going to do that is because I know that you expressed your reservations about the team when it was announced.
Yeah.
So there was a few changes. There was no Odegaard.
No.
I think he was sick.
Due to
Havertz
sickness.
is still out.
Yeah.
I think he's sick. But the midfield, there were questions raised. Your boy Partey.
He's all of our boys. Don't try to. So when he does well, it's like everyone.
No, listen, I'm a Partey fan, but I know that you, being of Ghanaian extraction,
he's the best. He's been the best.
He's an excellent player.
He's been fantastic.
But he was moved out of midfield to right back.
Yeah.
We had a midfield trio of, what was it? Jorginho, Mourinho, and Declan Rice at number 10, which raised a number of eyebrows, including my own.
Yeah, it did. It seemed like it was makeshift. It seemed like it was all just pieced together. Arteta's been papering over the cracks, all right? That's, I didn't mention it in my interview before, but I'll mention it now. He's more or less trying to justify a reason why Partey should play right back. I just wish he just kept it the same. Yeah. It would have just made everything, that our attacks would have been a lot more smoother. And I know he'll probably come back to me if I sit in a room with him and he'll say, yeah, but Jorginho played balls over the top. We had chances from Moreno. What are you talking about? Declan Rice done well in his recovery runs or stopping the play. But when you're playing up against Brighton, and this is no disrespect to Brighton, because Brighton are a very good team, well drilled, very fit as well. You saw towards the end of the game especially, our legs were just gone. Yeah. And that midfield was non-existent. So it's I
was worried about that midfield before 100%. The start of the game. But we did get quite it wasn't a great game, so I've got to...
We started off well. We started off well.
And after 16 minutes, the young man, Nwaneri, who I'm a massive fan of, you know that.
Fantastic, yes.
We've spoken many times about Nwaneri. I'm a big fan. I was really pleased to see him get another opportunity. Got his second Premier League goal today. Looked really good.
Oh, man, he looked fantastic.
Yeah. In a game where, I've got to be honest, man, not many of our players stood out. Even in that first half, we weren't that good. No. So you can imagine my surprise.
No, 100%.
And at half-time, I see him benched. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? Do you know what I mean?
I think we all were.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, we're hearing now that there might be an injury issue.
Right.
We're being told that there's a muscular
problem.
Then
that might save Arteta, not his job, but it might save him because right now there's a lot of Arsenal fans that are gunning for him.
Yeah, because I was like, rah. I know, listen, Martinelli came on and Martinelli's not having his best season. But having said that, Martinelli against Brentford, I thought he had a good game. Scored a goal, looked bright. So he's taken Nwaneri off. Initially, I thought it's because he'd done so because Nwaneri had got a yellow card. So I thought maybe he's trying to protect the young man or whatever.
I'm not buying that. Yeah. I'm not buying it. If he's a defender, if he's a DM, a defensive midfielder, and he's on the yellow, that's a different story. You're an attacker. When are you going to get 2 yellows? He was lucky enough, even for that, I don't even want to get into the rest, but the fact that he got booked for taking a corner, that is ridiculous. It's ridiculous,
it's a cheap booking.
Oh my goodness me. Yeah. For a young lad. Yeah. Anthony Taylor had to do that to a young boy, 17-year-old.
Mind you, if you're wasting time, man,
you weren't wasting time.
But that's what the ref said.
No, but you could tell the ref was on. He's always there's always a problem with this fixture, Brighton against Brighton. There's always a problem when Anthony Taylor comes around. There's always something that happens.
Oh, you're not one of them, man. Right?
I am one of them ones, but you know what? I don't want to.
Is the earth flat or round? Because you're one of them conspiracy theorists.
Who knows? But you got to question these things.
It was a bit harsh.
I'm
but
questioning it.
Arsenal players this season, I've seen Timber get booked for time wasting. I've seen Raya get booked. Constantly spoken about time wasting.
Well, then we should always be booked, especially for our set pieces.
No, but how about we stop time wasting? How about that? Because
how about the
referees are onto us, so let's stop doing it.
I get that. I'll get that. I was going to mention that. You're right. Thank you for reminding. You know the types of referees, the level of officiating. You can't give them anything, and that's something that we both know from playing football. If you've got a ref he loves to flash his cards, don't give him nothing. That's what they tell you.
Why are we wasting time against Brighton when we're 1-0 up and you've got over 45 minutes plus to play?
He was the ridiculous. Yeah, you're right. He was the only glimmer of hope. And I think that's the thing that we're going to start talking about the referee. We're going to start talking about Arteta, Gabriel Jesus, all these players. But to be honest, we should have been sitting here and glorifying Ethan Nwaneri for what he'd done, because some of the things, even leading up to the goal, I think he chipped the ball in between two players.
Yeah,
he was
mindset,
stepping over.
It's the mindset.
He's fearless.
I spoke about him before, and I said he has that. Remember when you were 17? I remember way back when I was 17. And when you're in a good moment, you feel like you can do anything.
On top of the world.
Yeah, you're fearless.
Yeah.
He's got that impetuosity of youth. He believes in himself. Give me the ball.
Yeah.
Estepinan, don't worry about
it.
Let me take him on.
He was not fazed.
That's what he was showing. Whereas when Martinelli come on in the second half, he'd go forward, then he'd track back. He's second-guessing himself. Straight away. Making it easier for the defender.
That's down to confidence. That is down to confidence. But I just feel like with experience, you should know, from Martinelli, speaking from Martinelli's point of view, you should know, you know what, I've got 200 games under my belt. I'm Gabriel Martinelli. I know what I can do. I'm not going to let a 17-year-old, as much as he's on my team, I'm not going to let him take the limelight.
That's such a good point.
Do you know
that
what I
should
mean?
be a wake-up call for him.
For all of them, that's what I'm saying. How are you letting a 17-year-old, it's like playing with a school kid and he just duppies the whole team. Yeah. And I'm there and I'm not even putting a good performance. I'll be like, nah, man, I can't let this young buck show me up. I've got to do something. I've got to step up.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
They didn't step up, Laurie, and that's the scary thing about it. What more excuses? Illnesses, all right, cool. Injuries, bookings. But that performance there, it didn't show me that team wants to win a title. It didn't show me that they're hungry. And these are the things that our manager has been telling us in all the press conferences after the game. These boys are hungry. They're Trossard, oh my gosh, I didn't mention this. Trossard, he said, what did he say? He done a whole 10, 15 minutes about Trossard. Oh, when he doesn't play, he gets angry. When he doesn't win, he gets angry and he performs better. That was your chance, Trossard.
Not only that, you're playing against your old team.
You're playing against your old team.
A team, by the way, that him and Brighton fell out towards the end of the league.
My goodness me.
So that was your chance to go back to Brighton and put it on them, man.
They were laughing. Again, they said, look, thank you very much for taking you off our hands. We'll take Matoma now. We'll get Adingra in. That's fine. You can go. But that was a perfect opportunity for Trossard, the moany Trossard that Arteta described him as, to show and say, look, I'm going to get this left-hand side. This is my side now. No one else is taking it. The only person who can do that is Miles Skelly, who put in the performances, and Ethan Nwaneri. Because he's shadow of a doubt, he should be starting every single game if he's not injured. Because he's clear the best.
Let's talk about one of the other major points. Talking points of the game. 53rd minute, Brighton get a penalty. Now, for me, when I saw it in real time, I was like, nah, man, that's harsh. But I've got to say, Kwame, when I saw the replay now, I saw my man headbutt my man. Right. Pedro was smart. Yeah. Because, listen, we can never tell the exact level of collision, you know what I mean? Or I'm struggling for words here, but you know what I'm saying? We don't know if he was genuinely that badly dazed that the man went down like he'd been
rolling over, holding his hand up, all of that.
He went down like he'd been hit by Daniel Dubois. Now, I'm not sure if it was, because it looked like a little innocuous little flick. Well, my man went down worse than AJ went down. So I'm like, rah. But there was contact made, so on the balance of probability, I'll probably say it was a penalty, but you don't think it was a penalty, no?
Nah, I've been down Hackney Marshes enough to know, mate. You've been down, you played at Hackney Marshes. Come on. That would never be, there'll be outrage. I mean, look, I understand it's the Premier League. I understand people will say that João Pedro is smart. Yes, he's smart, but for me, just as a football fan, I hate to see things like that given. I feel like we've lost that's the beauty of the game, the hard grit. I wasn't around when George Best and all of that used to play, but I used to watch his videos. And the amount of tackles these men used to have to ride.
Yeah, that's
you know what
true.
I mean? The elbows and everything, and they'll just get up. Now I'm watching these players, and you blow on them, and they capitulate. They fall.
Yeah.
But by the laws of the game, or the letter of the law, that would be deemed as a penalty. But then when you look back through the footage, this is where I say, okay, couldn't VAR kind of get involved with this one? Or because the referees made the decision, that's it, that's final? Because
But if VAR had saw fit to overrule it, they would have said to the ref, look at it again.
But they should have. They should have, because now the whole world is looking at it again.
I must admit, I thought it was a penalty. But the second time around, not in real time, when I saw it, and let's be honest, things always look worse when it slowed down.
Yeah.
But when I saw it again, there was clearly a headbutt. Some people
But
are
he
saying that
played
he
the
might have got the ball first.
He
Yeah.
played the ball, Laurie. That's the
Yeah,
thing. And I'm like, if I can rewind it on my X page on Twitter or whatever, or on YouTube, I can rewind it and pause it. I can see the ball deflecting off the top of Saliba's head. Why is that not given?
I know, man.
Why is it given? I mean, like, why are we not looking at those things? That's the whole point. You have the technology there for.
And then after that, we never really looked like getting back into it. In fact, I'll go as far as to say that Brighton were the better team in that second half.
They were.
And if anyone was going to win it, it's probably them.
They were. The chance from, is it Minter?
Yeah,
Similar to Nwaneri's chance, where I think they broke through. They broke through, and then more or less Partey didn't look at Matoma at the back post. Minter could have just literally slotted it in.
Yeah.
That would have been.
We had an
2-1.
opportunity. Mourinho missed an opportunity. That
It
I
was
think
a
should have-
hard opportunity. It was a great ball from Declan Rice, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to be really on your game to put that in the back of the net, to even get connection on that ball. As a left footer, from that angle,
Listen,
you're
man.
side on. You got
Mikel Mourinho is a top-class established footballer, Spanish international, Euro winner. We paid X amount of money for him. A guy of his quality should be scoring that. But listen, what I would say about that is it was kind of indicative of our whole performance, especially in that second half. We did not deserve to win that game.
No.
So my question to you is fairly straightforward.
Yeah, go on.
Drop points again. Is that it now for the title?
From my experience of watching title races, yeah.
Yeah,
That doesn't fill me with. Does that fill you with hope?
No, it doesn't. I mean, what I would say is mathematically it's not over, and it's incumbent upon Arsenal to approach every game and try and win it. And if we win all our games, there's a possibility that we could still win the title. However, what I would say is we've had too many performances like this today.
7 draws, I think it is, this season.
But look at some of the performances. The one today, poor. One against Everton, poor.
Yep.
One against Fulham, poor.
Yep.
The Bournemouth game.
Yep.
Even one when we played Brighton, we self-destructed. Declan Rice got himself sent off. There's been too many.
It's too many chances. So it's like, this is what I'm saying, that we're running out of excuses now. There's no more excuses. We have to look ourselves in the mirror. Those players have to look at themselves. They let us down. I think you said it.
Yeah, they did, man. They did.
They let us down because it's like, it's there. It's there for you. The title can be there for you.
Coming into this game today, Brighton were no wins in 7.
No
They're no wins
wins.
in 8 because they drew today. But even so, Arsenal were supposed to walk into town today, stick their chests out and say, yeah, man, we're coming. And we didn't do it.
Look at how even Brentford, they turned over Southampton 5-0. They come there, they turn up, they say, you know
And
what?
I would say Brentford are a better team than Brighton.
Right
now.
And they were more in form as well. And look at what happened.
And look what happened. So.
So that.
And Brighton had injuries as well. Welbeck and all their man out.
I can't even name you the other two, apart from Belabor. I can't name you the other players. Like in terms of Van der Heck, he was very good. He was very good at the back. But the rest of them, I think,
it wasn't a great game.
It wasn't.
It wasn't a great game.
It wasn't. But it's just poor from Arsenal because, like I said, you're supposed to send a statement. You're supposed to say, look, we're playing before Liverpool. Come on. Let's see what you do. We're going to show you how much we want it. Liverpool, like I said, they got their feet up, mate. They're talking with their wives. They got their kids bouncing on them. They're chilling right now. And they're like, yeah, we're going to take 3 points from Man United. Watch the intensity. Watch the hunger. Watch the drive from them tomorrow against Man United. I'll be very, very surprised.
I'll be watching for sure. No, but you're right, though. Liverpool just look on another level. I've got to be honest. Liverpool at the moment look next level to us. But anyway... Let's put that to one side for a second. We've got a big game coming up on Tuesday, Carabao Cup against Newcastle. who are another team in good form. It's going to be a difficult game. Newcastle have already beaten us this season. Can we get anything against Newcastle?
Based on that performance that we just saw, no.
No, let's base it on the Brentford performance.
Base it on the Brentford performance, then yeah, we might be able to get a draw. But then,
we'll
like
have
I said,
Nwaneri.
no Nwaneri, but it's 2 legs, isn't it? We still got to go there.
But it's important that when we play them at home, we get something.
Well, we need to do something for the fans. The players need to come out on Tuesday night and they need to do something and say, you know what, we owe one to the fans. We need to show them that we're still in this. We're hungry, and they need to get a good result against Newcastle. Because if Newcastle leave the Emirates with a point, or not a point, a draw, or some ounce of hope, you take that up north. I'm glad I ain't going to that game, boy. Jesus Christ. Because they're playing really good. They're playing really good football. Like I said, Anthony Gordon's whipping in crosses. He's doing very, very well.
And they got that man up top, man.
Alexander Isaac. Everything just seems to be working. Everything goes into the goal from him. Tonali in the midfield.
Joe Linton as well. They've got some beasts there.
And Guimaraes again. Another Brazilian who will turn up, and then Gabriel Jesus will go quiet again. So they've got more of a balance in their squad. I look at their squad now. At the moment, currently, they've got a stronger squad than us. Based on what I've seen today, they've got a stronger squad, and they're confident.
Let's hope come Tuesday we'll get an improved performance from what we see today, because we're going to need that. We're not going to beat Newcastle playing like we did today. No. So let's hope for an improved performance, and let's hope that we can score a couple of goals and win the game. We're not going to have Nwaneri. It looks like
so the onus
unlikely
is on
to have
Trossard.
Havertz. So the other guys are going to have to step up and do their thing, man. But listen, Kwame, man.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on LL Sports
you.
TV. Really appreciate it.
No, thank you.
Look forward to having you back on the channel.
Most definitely.
For everyone watching, thank you for supporting the channel.
Yes.
Really appreciate it. If you're new here, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. We're out. Bye.